Hi, this video is going to teach you all about the nickel, and this is what a nickel looks like. This is what the front looks like, and this is what the back looks like. And if I were to look at a real nickel, I would see, if I'm comparing it to a penny, that it is bigger than a penny. It's also thicker than a penny, and it's a different color than a penny. A nickel is the thickest piece of money, and it is, like I said, larger than a penny, and it is silver. So we're going to look at this paper one because it's a little bit bigger. So on the nickel has another president of the United States on it. And remember, only the most important people from our country make their way onto a coin. So this is Thomas Jefferson. And Thomas Jefferson was our third president, and he was really important. He wrote a really important document called the Declaration of Independence. And this Declaration of Independence was a letter to the King of England. And he told the King of England that the United States did not want to be a part of England anymore, and that they were ready to fight for their freedom. And so, just like when the Pilgrims did something that the king didn't like, the king was not happy. And so he went to what is now the United States, and they had a big war, and they fought, but they finally were able to become free from the King of England. And so that letter is a really important letter, and we still refer to it today, and we use it to know what our rights are. So it's called the Declaration of Independence. Another cool thing about Thomas Jefferson is that he was an amazing inventor, and inside of his house there were a whole bunch of inventions, and you can actually go and visit his house still and see some of his inventions. But his house was so special to him that he gave his house a name. He named his house Monticello. Can you say that? Monticello? So on the back of the nickel, there is a picture of Thomas Jefferson's house, Monticello, and then on the front is a picture of Thomas Jefferson. Now, a nickel is worth 5 cents. So when you count nickels, you count by fives. So if I had 5 nickels, I'd count them like this: 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. How much would 3 nickels be worth? If you counted like this, you were correct. 5, 10, 15. So 3 nickels would be worth 15 cents. So a nickel is worth more than a penny. So if I had a nickel and someone said, "Hey, Mrs. Stokes, would you like to trade this nickel for a penny?" Guess what I would say? I would say no, because a nickel is worth 5 pennies. It would take 5 pennies to be worth the same amount as a nickel, which is kind of tricky. So, if coins are worth different values, is it important to know which coin is which? I want you to think about that, and I want you to talk to your parents about that. See if you can tell them why it's important to know coins and their values. Once you're done talking to your parents about that, I want you to get in your materials that I gave you for the nickel. And so you will find that you have materials to make a nickel book, and I showed you how to make the money books when I showed you about the penny. Again, when you're all done, you'll have a page that shows you what the front of a nickel looks like, remind you how much a nickel is worth. It's worth 5, and what the front and the back of a nickel looks like, okay? Then you are going to practice finding nickels. So you're going to say, is that Thomas Jefferson? It is. So I'm going to color it yellow. Is that Thomas Jefferson? No. Okay, now we have a building. Oh, that looks like Monticello to me. I'm going to color it yellow. So all of the nickels, whether it's the front of the nickel or the back of the nickel, you're going to color it yellow. So you're going to say, oh, yep, I'm going to color it yellow. Nope, I'm not going to color it at all. Yeah, that's a nickel, so I'm going to color it. And I'm going to color them yellow. Okay, so you're going to practice finding nickels in all of these coins. Now, I almost forgot to teach you the poem for the nickel. So remember how we talked about the nickel being a little bit thicker than all of the other coins? So this is about how thick the nickel is. So the poem goes like this. Nickel, nickel, thick and fat. You're worth 5 cents. I know that. Let's do it one more time. Nickel, nickel, thick and fat. You're worth 5 cents. I know that. Have fun learning about the nickel.